Hi, Aaron. Morning.
Hey, good morning. So we got you up early this morning to talk about True Grit.
Yeah, I believe the DVD releases today.
Right, I gotta be honest with you. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I've been waiting for this day for it to come out on DVD.
Well, I think that this film is going to please diehard Duster fans as well as everyone in the family. When the Coens decided to make an adaptation of the Charles Portis novel, they kept in mind that it was very much of a PG-13 story. It's a fantastic family western.
Now, you had a chance on True Grit here to. It's not only is it an Oscar-nominated movie, but you got to work with Jeff Bridges, Josh Brolin, Matt Damon, the Coen brothers. You know, everybody that has a pretty good resume in movies. You got to work with some pretty good people here.
Yeah, the kind of actors that you hope to work with on every film. Haley Steinfeld was 13 years old when we were working with her, and just a tour de force performance. And she really brings this incredible female, very strong female presence to this very well-worn Western genre. So it was a unique experience to work with her for sure.
Now, speaking of the Western genre, which I love a lot of the modern westerns. Does that make it easier to get into character when you're in a different time and a different place in the movie?
The Coens are unique in that way. They're very focused on character. Dialogue, language is really important to them, and costumes as well. They're laser focused on the detail of costume, and in my case, had quite a prosthetic transformation with my face, and it was just such a detailed process. It was really enjoyable to step back into that period in those costumes, and because as an actor, it just gives you this incredible mask to escape behind. So it was a really enjoyable process working with them.
When you guys were making this movie, obviously working with the Coen brothers is something special. But did you guys know that this movie was going to do as well? Was it going to be as much of a hit as it was?
I think it took everyone by storm. Although when you read the screenplay, um, it it's such a beautifully written script. It's a pure adaptation of the Charles Portis novel, which is, Charles Portis is a Arkansan literary genius, and his dialogue is so unique that it just sort of fit the Coen brothers like a calfskin glove. The adaptation was flawless, and it's a very, very funny script and deeply drawn characters. And it's just really engaging when you read it, so you know that it's going to be very enjoyable to film. But I think it took us all by surprise how well it did.
Now, Barry, you've been around for a while. Can I go through a couple of your movie titles and just tell me a couple words about that project?
Certainly.
So let's go back to like Dandelion Dust. It played here at the Grand Rapids Film Festival. It won. It did quite well. You're working with Mira Sorvino. Quite a different kind of movie for you.
Yeah, that was written by Karen Kingsbury, a very prolific Christian novelist, and I just loved the story. It was a juxtaposition of this wealthy family and this very poor family. It dealt with domestic violence and alcoholism and reformation of the spirit, and it was a deeply engaging story.
And a thriller that I really like, but not a lot of people have seen, Unknown. You were in that movie with a bunch of people, with Joe Pantoliano and some others. Tell me a little bit about that project.
Well, that was the first film I'd done with Jim Caviezel, and the second film I had the opportunity to work with Greg Kinnear, and they're both just tremendous talents and a real joy to work with.
And obviously, a lot of people know you from The Green Mile and Saving Private Ryan. Any interesting stories from those two movies?
Saving Private Ryan was my first big studio film, and the first opportunity for me to see England and Ireland and France, so it was a very special experience. Steven Spielberg was very much like the Coen brothers in his directorial style. He it just was very loose and free with the actors in his you know, his just sort of the way that he allowed us to have freedom with our characters and the dialogue. He wanted us to basically just utilize whatever dialogue intersected with our own hearts, and our characters were so personal to us that he really gave us a tremendous amount of freedom. And the Coens are you know, identical in that style. They hire people that they know are thinking actors and skilled artists, and they just, much of their direction is done long before you ever set foot on set. Their storyboards are so thoroughly, meticulously crafted, as is their screenplay, and everything is so finely tuned and nuanced before you ever begin filming that there's just a tremendous amount of freedom that comes with that, which is really a great pleasure to work in an environment like that. You know, they can focus solely on, you know, bringing these images to life, and you can just completely immerse yourself in the character. And the Coens are really unique in the sense that they will just come up to you, either Ethan or Joel, and whisper, you know, very subtle direction, just possibly just an adjustment of the tone or music of a line, and the delivery, possibly slightly irreverent, or they'll just have a very delicate suggestion that will you know, create the oddity or the humor that the scene needs, and for that reason they're just the best of the best to work with in our business.
All right, well, Barry, I wish we had more time. I thank you so much for talking to us, and good luck in the True Grit that's out this week on DVD, and the Terrence Malick project that you guys are in post-production on.
Yes, well, thank you kindly. It's great talking to you.